Hello my lovelies and welcome back. I have another new foundation review. We're gonna play with the new Nars. Their light reflecting foundation that has some kind of advanced skincare in there. I'm excited. This foundation is supposed to smooth and blur your skin over time because it does have some kind of skincare characteristic and properties. So I'm really curious. This right here, each retail for $49. Very, very expensive. But Nars usually, they're really great. I personally like them and usually they're worth the money, but I'm really curious how this one is going to work for me. They're calling it an advanced makeup skincare hybrid foundation with a natural finish that quickly blurs and smooths while visibly improving skin's clarity over time. All of that sounds really high promises, and let's just try it out. My skin is feeling a little congested lately. You can see right here, my chin is just, it's not having the best time. But hopefully this will help over time visibly clarify it. I like it. So opening this up, it has glass packaging, nice and sleek, very Nars. You have the black cap, you have a pump, and let's go for it. I picked up two shades. The first shade is L2 Mont Blanc. That's usually the shade I'm in for Nars foundations. And then I picked up Oslo, which is light 1. So I'm not sure which one I'm gonna go for. This one actually looks pretty good in the bottle. I'm just shaking it really well. So the instructions of how to use this is actually really interesting. They say use your fingertips to get the best application, which kind of makes sense because if it is a skincare plus a foundation hybrid, usually with your skincare, use your fingertips because of that warmth. So they're saying take a pearl size amount and then warm with your fingertips, and then starting from your center of the face, blend outward with your fingertips. And then focus one area at a time, blending well. All right, let's go for it. And you do have to shake it really well. It's really, really liquidy. Get the pump going. Okay, I got 2 pumps in here because the first pump was really weird. You can see how fluid it really is, but the consistency looks really nice. It smells like a Nars foundation, doesn't have any scent. I'm just gonna quickly color swatch. Looks pretty good. We're gonna go with that. Okay, let's go for it. I am gonna prime half of my face. Left primed, right unprimed. I'm just using my Shiseido, the Skin Blurring Primer. Okay, so from that swatch, I left it on the chin a little bit and the neck, and you can see that it oxidized pretty bad. And it's been probably like a couple of minutes. So I might have to go with Oslo. Okay, this one looks very, very light. Maybe mixing the two would work better for me. I feel like this one actually looks better. It's a little bit more pink undertone, yeah. That's literally what my skin needs. But let's see how bad this one is going to oxidize. Let's give it a couple of minutes. If anything, I'm just gonna mix the two of them. We'll start there. All right, so you can see it more on my neck because it's kind of blending really well with my face right here, the second color, but it's also oxidizing. It kind of reminds me of the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. That one always oxidized on me. So let's just go with Oslo first, and if it looks too light, I'll mix in a little bit of Mont Blanc to the foundation. I'm gonna start first with 1 pump for one side because it looks like it's going to be like a light to medium coverage, even though they do say it's, I think they said it's buildable, right? They said it's a medium coverage, so that's 1 pump. Looks very, very little. It's very, very fluid, very lightweight to the texture. It's very liquidy, but also not liquidy at the same time. Okay, I'm just using my fingers to blend this in and really just the warmth of it. I mean, it's blending very, very easy. It kind of has a little bit of like a soft velvety finish, like to the touch. It doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel tacky. It's a very light coverage, but I think it actually evened out the skin pretty good. You can still see the redness from my pimples peeking through, but it looks very soft. Whoa, okay. Wow, that finish is really beautiful. Oh my goodness. I didn't think I was going to, I mean, I thought I would have to kind of sit here and really blend it into my skin because of that texture. But wow. Ooh, 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 ooh. The primer. Babe, can you zoom in? It's literally balling up the primer and pilling the primer. I've actually never had an issue with this primer before pilling, but with this product, right away. You can see the pilling right where the primer begins. Okay, so for the primer, I'm gonna take it off and re-prep my skin, but I do wanna say I have quite a bit of dry spots right here, right under where my nose. I have congestion, a lot of spots, and it's very dry there. You can really see up close, but from far away, you can't see the foundation on the dry spots. But when you come up close, you can kind of see that it's kind of clinging and sitting on the dry spots. It's not really overly exaggerating. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look masked. Masked. Does that make sense? It doesn't look like a mask sitting on my face. It honestly looks like my skin, but just very smooth, very color corrected. And I love the way it's literally reflecting the light on my face without looking oily, glowy, extra luminous, like a fake luminosity on my face. Like it looks like it's a glow from within. So let's do the other side. Like I said, I'm gonna re-prep my skin, take off that primer, and just let's move on. One pump. Yeah, no pilling. So it's definitely the primer because I did the same skincare on this side. Okay, so because the color is a tad too light, it's kind of borderline too light for my skin. I am seeing it right here. I have two dry spots right here and right here, and it does look a little crusty. It looks like a lighter crust is around that dry spot, even though it's not crusty. It's the foundation that's making it look a little crusty. Again, it's the same thing from far away or like a normal distance from people to people or person to person. Unless you get really, really up close, you can see it, but from further away, you can't really see it. This is what it would look like with 2 pumps, 1 pump for each side. And I will say, I think 1 pump personally for me would not be enough. It does stretch to a point, but it does dry down pretty fast. Like right now I'm touching my skin and it has very, very little amount of tackiness to it. And it does, like I said, have that soft velvety finish. So when you do blend it in, it kind of just stays there and it sets. So that's good. It doesn't feel dry. It feels very lightweight, and I honestly don't really feel like I have anything on my skin, which is phenomenal. So let me quickly do the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna do my eyes and then do the rest of my base like contour, bronzer, blush. And I really wanna see how products are gonna sit on top of this foundation because it is so lightweight. I'm really curious. Like this feeling on my skin, it feels really nice. I like that it doesn't feel like a tacky serum on my face. Like I feel like it's not gonna go anywhere, but who knows? I'm gonna quickly wash my hands and do the rest of my makeup. I'm doing Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I feel like it's having a hard time blending out this side. I don't know why. Do you see it? It's like a line right here. For contour, I used Huda Beauty's her Tantour cream and contour and bronzer cream in Fair. For blush, I'm taking Nars Air Matte Blush in shade Freedom. So these cream products, they're not really doing it for me with this foundation. For some reason, I feel like they're having a little bit of a harder time blending on top of it. So I'm just gonna take a powder blush. This one is by Glowish Huda Beauty in number 2 Caring Coral. So I'm thinking maybe because of the finish of this foundation, powder products might look better. Yeah, I feel like this blush is not having a hard time blending. That was the one thing I noticed right away with the contour and the blush, both cream products. I usually never have a hard time blending them out, but on this one, for some reason, it just kind of wanted to stick to that certain spot where I started, and I really had to sit there and really work the product in and then go in with a dampened sponge to really kind of soften the edges. I feel like I can still see a little bit of a harsh line right there from the contour, but yeah, that's the one thing I'm noticing right now. Cream products on top of this, ugh. I don't know. Not liking it so far with cream products. And the one other thing, now that it's had time to sit on my face, the foundation, I can really see it clinging to my dry spots quite a bit. Like it's making it look really, really dry and extra flaky. When with skincare, you can't really see it, but with this foundation, it looks like it's kind of drying that spot out even more. Like right here, it looks really dry when I typically don't really see it with foundation. A more hydrating foundation, I don't really see it. But with this one, I'm kind of shocked with the properties of this foundation that it's making it look extra dry. So I'm really curious how this is going to be for the rest of the day. I am done with my makeup. Actually, nope, I gotta put my lip on. I'm just using my Buxom. What are these? The Pillow Pout in shade Cuddle Me. Now I'm done. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit with the first update. I'm really, really curious how this is going to wear because overall I do like it, but I just have to be more mindful of how I prep my skin with this product, especially those dry spots. And yeah, I love the way my cheeks look. The skin where it's not dry, it looks like my skin, but better. It looks very soft, it looks very blurred, and I do like that it does have that like light reflecting properties. Like on my forehead, I actually like the way it looks really glowy, but up close and personal, like it doesn't look oily. It just looks like I have a glow from within, and I like the way it feels on my skin. It feels very lightweight. It doesn't have any kind of tackiness, so I feel like it might be a pretty long wearing foundation besides those, dark, dry spots. So I'll see you guys in a little bit for the update. We are several hours in. I think it's like 4 hours into this foundation. I wanted to come outside to show you how dry my skin looks. It feels really nice on my skin. I don't feel anything on my skin. It feels very lightweight, and when you're inside it looks really, really nice, but when you come outside in natural light, it looks so dry on my skin. And like I said, I prep my skin with really hydrating a moisturizer just because my skin is a little bit more dry right now, and then I do have these extra dry patches, but I feel like this foundation is just clinging on to dear life. The foundation looks beautiful inside, but outside it looks really dry, and it's sad. A last and final update. Alrighty, this is how we are looking at the very end of the night. I think you can tell that a lot of the foundation has kind of disappeared, especially like right here, a little bit on my chin, on my nose. I think I still see quite a bit of product on my cheeks. I think overall, it doesn't look bad, but like the dry patches on my forehead, on my chin, all right here around my nose, everything just looks so crusty and just dry. And then especially right here, you can see all that texture and how dry it looks. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It doesn't feel super dry on my face. It feels like I honestly have nothing on my face besides like a little bit of like concealer or whatever else. I still have a little bit of product up here, and it honestly looks like my skin, but more blurred and more smooth, like smoothed out. So I'm honestly really on the fence with this product. I don't know if I love it or if I don't love it at all. Like I never want to use it again. So it's that type of product where I understand where they tell you work it one section at a time, just because it does dry down pretty quick. And yeah, it's a very intriguing product. Kind of reminds me of the L'Oreal, the True Match, the Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. It's very fluid, but once you blend it into your skin with your fingertips, with your brush, with your beauty blender, whatever method you use to apply it to your face, it kind of sets down and it stays there. This is why I love this product so much. When I tested it out, I tested it on its own, and then I tested it with a product like a foundation to give it more coverage. With the Nars, it already gives you that coverage. It's a solid medium coverage for 2 pumps that I used on my face from the beginning. But as the day went on, you can kind of see that I lost a lot of that coverage, and in a lot of the areas, I look really dry, and I don't know, I'm just really conflicted with this product. Again, I'm gonna keep playing with it, but yes, it's a very intriguing product. Very intriguing product. I'm gonna leave it here, and I will keep you guys updated with what I tried out with. I'm sure you'll see it more in different videos with different application methods, different products that I combine them with. But yes, for now, thank you for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you next one very soon. Bye. You give it them kisses also.